my favorite things to do in the anatomy lab is to rename structures based on what we see. We're not renaming them as a form of disrespect. We're renaming them as a learning tool to help us categorize and classify specific tissues based on their properties. One example is the plantar fascia, very popular tissue, the fascia at the bottom of the foot, on the plantar aspect of the foot. We know it from plantar fasciopathy, probably, which is often called plantar fasciitis, but more recently it's been renamed to plantar fasciopathy. That's another video, though. So one of the things that we do when we rename is we look at, again, the properties of these tissues, and fascia is a sheath. You know, it's like a big sheet of tissue, and tendons tend to be more rope-like or spring-like. And when you look at the plantar fascia, what you see is a series. How many in the series? 5. 5 rope-like structures that extend along the bottom of the foot and anchor at the calcaneus. So if I had 5 of these, it would kind of look like this. And if you just Google plantar fascia, you'll see that. So when we start looking at the quality of this plantar fascia, we see it actually has more in common with tendon than with other fascias that we look at. And so we start wondering, what is the role of this plantar fascia? And if it has these tendon-like qualities, these tendon-like properties that are generally springy, maybe the plantar fascia is also about springiness, right? So we might rename in the lab the plantar fascia the plantar tendon. Again, not because it needs to be changed formally, but it really helps us in our learning and understanding what the tissues do and what their purpose is. All of this education happens in the conversations. That's collaborative learning at its finest. Come to the lab. We'll have some good conversations.